Present.
Dave Roach, present.
Neil Maximilian present. Is it just the three of us?
Looks that way.
Okay. We will proceed that way, and if we have additional joiners later, we can do that. Let's see, announcements from the chair. It's not so much an announcement, and I'm sure this will be covered later, but I just felt it necessary at the outset of the meeting to acknowledge the events of March on West Street and the phenomenal response by all of our public safety, but particularly the 25 firefighters that responded to the fire on West Street. A remarkable job of I consider it saving a life when you have to get someone off the second floor who's stranded. And without loss of life, they fought that fire many, many hours. And I know it's been written about in the paper by Clarence, but I just couldn't start the meeting without wanting to throw them my gratitude and thanks for such a fine job. It's their job, of course, but when they do it and they do it well, I'm always grateful. Let's start with acceptance of the minutes of March 24. Could I get a motion for that, please?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of March 24.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Citizens Open Forum. Are there anybody here that wishes to speak? Now is an opportunity for that. Hearing none, we will pass on the Citizens Open Forum and move to the consent agenda. We have a large one today, although no, we'll see. I don't anticipate any hiccups here. On the consent agenda, we have an inn holder's license for Church Street Inn, seeking an inn holder's license for premises located at 16 Church Street. All paperwork is in order. Another inn holder's license, the Birchwood Inn, is seeking an inn holder's license for premises located at 7 Hubbard Street. All paperwork is in order. Inn holder's license, the Rookwood Inn is seeking an inn holder's license for the premises located at 11 Old Stockbridge Road. All paperwork is in order. We have appointments. The Cultural Council has 2 vacancies. Beth Gamble is seeking to have Robin Kimbrough Maron and Kimberly Duval appointed. We have an HDC appointment. The HDC is seeking to have Kimberly Christine Duval appointed to their commission to fill a vacancy on the board. We have a request for a sandwich board sign. The Gateways is seeking a sandwich board sign for their property located at 51 Walker Street. All paperwork is in order. We have a 1-day all alcohol license. The Cornell Inn is seeking a 1-day all alcohol license for Saturday, May 15th from 6 to 10:30 p.m. to cover the grassy area between the main house and the McDonald House. They're hosting a charity event underneath a tented area and certified bartenders will be present. And finally, we have before us the Aspinwall deed. This is an older matter. At May 2nd, 2019 annual town meeting, it was Article 13. The town authorized the board to transfer 1.546 acres of land located in Kennedy Park to John Fontaine. All paperwork has now been finalized and the board is now required to execute the deed. Any commentary or questions on the consent agenda?
Yeah, gentlemen, I just have a quick question, which is I actually have 2 applications in. I have one for a permanent liquor license, and then I have one for a 1-day because it's on a different area of the property. And maybe I didn't hear it, but I didn't hear the permanent liquor license on the agenda.
It's not on the consent agenda.
No.
It's under general business.
Under general business. It'll be coming up soon.
Apologies, sorry.
That's correct. It is on the agenda. It's subject to a public hearing. Okay.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Moving on to general business. We need to open a public hearing for the transfer of an all alcohol hotel license for Cornell Inn Management LLC DBA, the Cornell Inn, 203 Main Street.
Mr. Chair, I'll read the public notice.
Please.
Notice is hereby given that a hearing will be held by the Board of Selectmen in their capacity as licensing board on an application for a transfer of an annual all alcoholic hotel license, which has been filed with the local licensing board by Cornell Inn Management LLC, doing business as the Cornell Inn. Kurt Inderbitson, manager for premises located at 203 Main Street, Lenox, and consisting of the common area, rooms, decks and porches, fire pits and balconies of the 3 buildings at the Cornell Inn. The main house dining reception, pub, and 3 rooms on the ground floor, 5,520 square feet. 7 rooms on the second floor. Carriage house, 8 rooms, 4 on the first floor and 4 on the second floor, 2,912 square feet. In Kimball House, 10 rooms, 5 on the first floor and 5 on the second floor, 2,951 square feet. The board will act on said application on Wednesday, April 7th, 2021 at 7 p.m. in the Town Hall Auditorium via Zoom. Neil Maximilian, Chairman, Lenox Select Board. For that, sir, Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mary Beth, I see you've joined us. Would you, as it's our requirement now, please announce yourself? Nope. Carrie, are you able to unmute her?
Sorry, Mary Beth Mitz, Select Board Member.
Thank you. And welcome.
Thanks.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you guys too.
I apologize, Mary Beth, you can't see me. I have technical difficulties for some reason on my end.
No problem.
The public hearing for the transfer of the all alcohol license for Cornell Inn is now open. Do we have folks from the Cornell Inn that wish to speak?
Yes, Bill Martin from Martin and Olivera for the applicant, and Kurt Inderbitson is on the line as well. Also, our seller is represented by Jeff Scrimo, who's on the line as well. As you may know, the Cornell Inn actually sold. We actually had our real estate closing in early January. And since then, Kurt has been very actively pursuing renovations of the property, which are primarily facelift oriented, and there aren't any really structural or significant modifications being made. We hope that the transfer application is in order. You have an operating entity, the Cornell Inn Management LLC, which is solely owned by an estate planning trust, of which Kurt is the sole beneficiary of. The real estate itself is owned by an entity called Cornell Inn Holdings LLC, which likewise has as its sole member an estate planning trust, which Kurt is the sole beneficiary of. The property was mortgaged to Cambridge Trust, and as a part of the financing transaction, we are committed to pledge the liquor license once granted. Certainly Kurt can give some of his personal background, but in anticipation of being an innkeeper, I think as you can see from the application, he's completed a TIPS course and some other training, but his intention is to be a hands-on in the inn innkeeper. And so if you have any specific questions, we'll be glad to address them, but that's the general overview. The transaction's actually already closed, so the applicant is in fact in possession of the property.
I'm good.
No, I'm good. It's, business carried on as usual. I'm glad to see new owners, new energy, and
Yeah.
really, I drive by there. You must be doing a lot of work because there's a lot of pickup trucks in the yard right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot going on. Thank you, Ed.
Yeah, I concur with that. There's a lot of activity. You must be doing a lot of great work in there. It's going to be really nice to see what it looks like when you're all through.
Thank you.
I concur. I want to welcome the new owners. We're happy to have you. We're glad to see you putting energy into the project, and best of luck with it.
Thanks very much.
So, Mr.
Ed?
Chair, should I make a motion to close the public hearing?
Please,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 So, Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, I don't want to step ahead. Is there anybody else wants to speak on the select board first? If not, I'll make a motion to approve the transfer of an annual all alcoholic hotel license to Cornell Inn Management LLC, doing business as the Cornell Inn, 203 Main Street.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Look forward to it. Look forward to seeing you.
Please come visit. I hope you like all the work we're doing.
Certainly will. Thank you.
Thank you all. We will-
Thanks
Aye.
very much for coming. Thanks for presenting. And again, look forward to seeing you. Literally, since I'm
Yes, I haven't seen you.
I'm the invisible voice on the call.
Well, make sure you introduce yourself, Neil, because I definitely won't recognize you, okay?
I certainly will.
All right. All right. Have a nice evening, everybody.
Thank you.
You
Thanks
too.
for coming. I believe we can move on to the next one, Ed.
Okay, I'll read the public notice. Notice is hereby given that a hearing will be held by the select board, the Lenox Select Board, in their capacity as licensing board, an application for a transfer of an annual all alcoholic hotel license, which has been filed with the local licensing board by Aries Living YT LLC, doing business as Apple Tree Inn. Shamin Rahman, manager for the premises located at 10 Richmond Mountain Road, Lenox, consisting of the main house, first floor and basement. First floor has 8 bedrooms and a kitchen, 2 baths, a gazebo, dining room, parlor, and connecting walkways and outside deck. Second floor has 10 bedrooms, 8 baths. Third floor has 6 bedrooms and 3 baths. A separate building contains 20 bedrooms, 18 baths, conference room, adjacent grounds, in all land area that includes pool and tennis court. The board will act on said application on Wednesday, April 7th, 2021 at 7 p.m. Via Zoom. And Neil Maximilian, Chairman, Lenox Select Board.
Okay, I believe we can have a motion to open the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I assume there are folks here to present on this one.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, members of the board. My name is Jeff Scrimo. I'm with Lynch Scrimo Attorneys. I'm here on behalf of Aries Living YT LLC. They are an operating company which is occupying the premises under lease for will be running the Apple Tree Inn. We're seeking to transfer the liquor license from the prior holder, which was Apple Tree Inn Inc. and Sharon Walker. We're also seeking approval of the new liquor license manager. I do have here with me today James Kagan, who is one of the principals of the company, as well as Daniel Tennant, who is a general manager. Mr. Tennant has vast experience in hotel management and will be the general manager. Unfortunately, Sammy Rahman could not be here tonight. He's who we're hoping will be the liquor license manager. He couldn't be here. He's traveling overseas to be with some family. But I can report to you that he has over 10 years, approximately 13 years of liquor license management experience in large hotels and various experience. He's also tip certified. I'm not sure if you got it, but we did send in today a copy of the Apple Tree Inn's proposed food and beverage programming, which they're very excited to start. I had a chance to speak with Daniel today, and he's really looking forward to an opportunity if we can get this liquor license transferred. As you can see, it's very, very classy, very well put together organization. They're very professional, and they're, like I said, they're really looking forward to an opportunity here. We're requesting the full hours of the liquor license as permitted by law, and obviously the transfer, we hope that the transfer goes completely over from the Apple Tree Inn Inc. Daniel is prepared to answer any questions if anyone has any regarding the operations. He will be on site. Sammy Rahman will also be on site. So they will be here and running the operation on a full-time basis. So with that, I would, obviously, if anyone has any questions for Daniel, I'm sure he's eager to answer anything that you could have. Thank you.
I certainly don't have any questions. It's been a class act since I was a little boy. So, just keep up the good work and the good name that it has. And the town is certainly an asset to the town, and the town's pleased to welcome you.
I agree with Dave, back when it was Avalock Inn or whatever, when we were younger, years ago, it's been there a long time. So, we get it. Just a question. I mean, I don't know what kind of work you're doing on the place right now, but are you going to try and do things in the winter time, or is it mainly going to be summer, or just see how it goes?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking. And it's wonderful to meet all of you. Again, my name is Daniel Tennant. We're actively restoring the entire lobby, the restaurant, the bar right now. We do see this as a 365 day operation, 366, if you will, on the longer years. We do want to sort of extend the seasons. We do also have future plans for potential development of a larger events facility that could facilitate events into the winter. So it's an indoor events facility. And I've got some ideas about how to activate getting some community support and getting some of the locals out for the winter at the property. I'm hoping to seek approval with the Chamber of Commerce and work with them on that as well. So yes, we want to see this as a 365 operation.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. Good luck with it.
Great to hear.
Thank you. Thank you. We're very excited, and I hope to welcome all of you very soon to the beautifully restored Apple Tree Inn. Thank you.
I hope you don't change that fireplace.
We actually we have a fire going right now. It's actually beautiful. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, as I said to the previous applicant, welcome. Lenox is happy to have you, and we're happy to support you. It's very gratifying to me to see this new investment in some of our existing properties. And I'm good for my end.
With that, Mr. Chair, should I make a motion to close the public hearing?
I believe you should.
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So I'll make a
Okay.
motion to approve the transfer of an annual all alcoholic hotel license to Aries Living YT LLC, doing business as Apple Tree Inn, 10 Richmond Mountain Road.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Welcome, folks. We appreciate the hard work. Look forward to seeing you.
We're humbled by your approval, and thank you on behalf of everybody at Aries Living and the family. We're excited to be a part of your community. Thank you.
Great having you.
Thank you, members of the board.
Absolutely. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, our next general business item for discussion is the schedule or timing, if you will, of our annual town meeting. I'll lead off by saying, in discussions with Chris, who sadly couldn't be here tonight, that he and I, in our discussions at least, don't really feel that the traditional first Thursday of May, is that doable at this point. But I'm interested in other opinions.
It seems like, given the fact that not everyone is fully vaccinated yet, having it indoors, is still kind of a dicey procedure. I think it worked very well last year when we had it on the soccer field. Granted, that was much later than we had initially anticipated. I believe we can do it sooner than that. I believe we had it in September last year. Perhaps if we shoot for the end of June, before the Tanglewood season gets rolling, we'll have good attendance, we'll have hopefully some good weather, and we can do a reprise of our soccer field experience.
Go ahead, Ed.
I agree with what Mary Beth said. It's a bit too early now in May to do it, I think, but I don't want to put it off any longer. We have to remember, we have a lot on this town meeting. This isn't going to be just a simple, town meeting. There's a lot of things that have to get done, timely kind of things. We're looking at financing, taking advantage of the interest rates the way they are. And there's just a few other things that we need to get done. But we can't jeopardize safety and all that to do it, obviously. So I say we move it from May till the earliest possible date that we can do it.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Yeah, that's the sense that Chris and I had in discussion. I think we need to be, I don't think we have to set a date tonight. I think tonight's discussion could be that we agree that we can't hold it in May as traditionally held, that we can't hold it inside at the Duffin as traditionally held, and that we hold it as early as is practicable. I think the one thing we would need to work around is ceremonies and/or athletics on the field, but I'm sure staff will be able to negotiate that. And I agree. I think we should hold it as soon as we can, in the same manner as we last did.
Okay.
I don't think we really need any motions here. I think it's just that we agree that we're not going to try to hit the first Thursday in May.
Yep.
Yeah, and maybe we come back later with a couple of ideas for dates at the next meeting.
Chris is prepared to do that.
Great.
So I think that he and I will speak, and when we next meet on the 21st, he will probably be prepared to propose dates, and we can probably decide on a date at that time.
Sounds good.
Good.
Everyone okay with that?
Yes.
Sounds great. Moving on, liaison reports. I know there's probably several, quite a bit has gone on. Who would like to lead off?
I will.
Go ahead, Dave.
Thanks, Neil. I just want to, first of all, I want to echo what you said about our emergency services. I'm a liaison to our emergency services. And I've got to say that I'll stack them up against anybody. They're well-trained, dedicated, and extremely capable. And it's certainly my pleasure to work with them. I know that there were 2 individuals cited in the paper, and deservingly so, but I want to also say that there's not a single person on that force that wouldn't have done the same thing, in my opinion. So I think we're very fortunate to have who we have in those positions. And if you see any of them, pat them on the back. They do a good job.
Well said.
Okay, just one other quick thing. The VFW, which usually does the Memorial Day parade, is once again this year going to postpone a full parade. We don't feel comfortable asking people to come out to watch a parade, number one. So we're going to do it like we did last year. We had a drive-by, and I'll give you more information on that in a coming meeting.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Neil.
Go ahead, Ed.
I just want to agree with what Dave said about the fire on West Street. I went down there the morning of the fire and it was, excuse me, real clear that, you know, they saved a life. Simply put, they saved a life. So, thank you. The next thing I have, and I'm going to have to read this because I just got it today. And this is one of the little town things that makes you feel good about being in a little town. And there's a group of people that want to initiate a program where we'll pick up litter on the side of the streets, do pick up the trash. So I'm just going to read this kind of announcement or whatever from the person who's kind of heading it up. And then I'll just give a few more details. Join us to help keep Lenox the best town in the Berkshires. We're looking for volunteers to help keep our beautiful town clean while we're outside for a healthy walk. So many times walking around town, I literally shake my head at the recent trash I see, pizza boxes and masks. We can do better, and we can do better. I'm making a commitment to carry a grabber and a bag on my next walk and do my best to help. So what's happening here is they formed this committee or group. It's called, get this, Lenox Litter League. What they're hoping to do is when people walk around town, do their walks, they'll pick up trash. And to help them do it, they will be giving grabbers out at DPW, bags. The DPW will pick up the bags when they're done. And, it's kind of just in the beginning stages this week. So, but anybody is interested, and it's a real simple thing to do when you take your walk, just pick up some trash and leave it there. And, but anybody that wants to get involved in it, just call or email Jen Picard at the Lenox DPW from 8:30 to 11. And you can go up there, get your bag and your grabber, and or you can call 637-5520 extension 1, and go up to the DPW, get it, and let the DPW know when you filled up a bag and leave it on the side of the road, and they'll come and pick it up. It's it's a pretty simple, cool little idea, and I really appreciate the people that are involved in this and getting it going. So again, anybody wants to be involved, call Jen Picard at the DPW, number 637-5520, and set it up to get your bags.
It's a very, very laudable and great idea.
That's all I have, man.
Okay, wasn't sure if you had anything else there, Mary Beth?
Sure. Excuse me. So the Master Plan Commission has been active for 2 years now. We've had all of our public meetings. We're going to be having a group meeting with, it'll be the Board of Selectmen, the Master Plan Commission, and the Planning Board to really, vet this before the Planning Board and before the Board of Selectmen, because both of those bodies will need to approve of the master plan. And that will be in place then for the next, 10 to 20 years, and help us with our planning as we go forward as a town. It will help direct much of what we do year over year and provide us with priorities in the years going forward. And it's a lot of effort has gone into this by every department chairman of every department in the town of Lenox. So there's a lot at stake in this master plan. We're going to be having that joint meeting May 10th. That's when it's scheduled. I can't tell you the time because I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm sure it's on the calendar, or it will be soon. And I would just encourage each of the select board members to familiarize themselves with the part of the plan that you have liaison report affiliation to. It is a long plan. It's about 260 pages. I don't expect you guys to read all of it, but it's it's good to familiarize yourself with the executive summary and the portions that you are liaising with, so that when we have this meeting, everybody's got issues on the table. Everybody sort of knows the direction that the town is planning to go in, and it's been very exciting for the steering committee. We think we've put a lot of really great work into this, and that we're setting the stage for good progress. and really excellent preservation of the existing charm and nature of the town going forward. So I had that. The library is still undergoing their evaluation with various contractors. They're trying to suss out the issues with the roof and the ceiling and the structural work that's going to need to be done in order to most effectively preserve and enhance the structure moving forward. So that's continuing. And that's going to be one of those items that Ed was discussing earlier. You know, there are financial pressure points in town right now, that being one of them. And so this town meeting is going to really address, you know, some financing that we're going to need to look at for things like preserving our historic building, the library and the collections. So we have that on our plate as well. Otherwise, the Lenox Cultural District continues to work to do programming that is going to enhance the summer months. We'll have another semi-off summer with Tanglewood only being in session for about 6 weeks. We are trying to fill it in with family activities and natural resource activities that anybody who comes to the town can participate in. Trying to get the word out to people who come to town as to where to find the natural resources and the cultural resources. And so that's a very active group, the Lenox Cultural District. And that's really all I have right now. Thanks.
Thank you, Mary Beth. Great updates. I have just one, and again, it's really acknowledgement. I'd be remiss not to acknowledge the school committee and the superintendent of schools. It was difficult for them to bring their budget to the target that we set. I know they deliberated extensively on that and had various options on the table. It's already, of course, been revealed in the paper that they did meet the 3% goal that we set for them. But we had talked about it as a body that we had hoped that they would come in line with our target and what I would call prudent and conservative fiscal measures, given the nature of where things stand economically these days. And in the end, they did prevail. 3% was voted on. So I wanted to acknowledge the school committee for that effort. And with that, I don't have anything else.
I'll make a motion to adjourn then, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Aye. Thank you, folks.